Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to make a quick update. I'm going to be doing the United States as well as along the Ring of Fire. And so a few things have happened. I think I'm gonna start over here today. We've had a few bigger earthquakes. This area, which I forecasted would receive bigger earthquakes, it does look like it's seeing a few. There's a 5.2 in the Kermadec Islands, and the depth is 30 millimeters, or kilometers. There is a 5.1 in the Fiji region. Depth is 591 kilometers, so that is very deep. When we see deep earthquakes like this, we assume that it's going to spread out within the area and also kind of amplify the magnitude of other earthquakes. So when was that? That was 21 hours ago. I would not doubt, I haven't looked at this map yet today, but I would not doubt if some of these other earthquakes happened after that. These look kind of older though, so yes, so that did happen after 11 hours ago, 5.0. Let's see the depth. 6 kilometers, not deep at all. Let's look at this one. 5.3, 16 hours ago. The depth is 10 kilometers, not too deep. Let's look at this one. This one is fairly new, 39 minutes ago. The depth is 40 kilometers. So you can see how we had our deep earthquake, I believe, here. Did I say it was there? Yes. 21 hours ago in the Fiji region, and it was 591 kilometers. That's very, very deep. When you see something as deep as this, let's turn off this moon symbol. It's driving me crazy. There we go. When you see something as deep as this, you can assume that it's going to affect surrounding seismic activity, as well as, believe it or not, seismic activity on the other side of the planet. Yes, when it's that deep, the magma waves can travel to the other side of the planet, and you can see activity take places there as well. We'll talk more about that in a minute. So from this earthquake here, following along plate boundaries, you can see these white lines are plate boundaries. I assume that we might see something maybe in this area, maybe not. That's kind of that's not a very I was gonna say comfortable. That's not a very comfortable prediction. That's not I'm not too confident in that decision to say that it would come down here, but possibly if it's traveling downwards along these plates, a cross intersection would be an area that you might expect. But knowing the area, knowing how activity works in this area, you would assume that it's going to travel into maybe New Zealand, up and around. You can see one right here. 7 hours ago. Did I show this one? I don't think I did. And that's 30 kilometers. Maybe I did. I don't think I did. You will assume that it travels up and over. I wouldn't doubt if Papua New Guinea receives some new activity. And from there, it comes out up and over. Japan saw some activity, which I forecasted would happen as well. Let's see. A 5.2 in eastern Honshu, Japan. 10 kilometers deep. You usually don't see deep earthquakes on land. You see them more out in the ocean. And okay, here is a prediction I have that I'm more confident about. These Kuril Island areas will see some bigger activity within the next 4 days, I'm pretty sure. Right now we have a 4.4 That's a moderate size earthquake in the Kuril Islands. I expect this area to have 2 or 3 orange icon earthquakes, so which is 5.0 and above. I expect energy to travel out into Alaska. The pattern has shown that maybe we should see something out here that's pretty significant. Not pretty significant, but unusual. Probably a 4.4 or above, maybe up to a 6.0, between 4.4 and a 6.0 in this area from here to here in the Alaska area. And then after that happens, energy will keep following along the plate boundary into Alaska. And let's just check what it's doing today, because we had some activity the other day too. So I want to see if it's traveling over here yet, or maybe it's just remained in that area. We did see some of it travel yesterday. Maybe that was enough. It doesn't look like anything too significant is in this area, which means that there's not a lot of energy coming down into the United States. However, I expect that to change. Sorry about my notifications on the top here. I expect that to change in the next 4 days for sure. We've been expecting some unusual. We, as in forecasters and other people who are watching activity, have been expecting something to happen in the western states. California has been on our watch list for sure. Excuse my screen. So I have not seen this page yet in a few hours. So let me just check real quick. I just want to see what's going on. A 2.0 in Northern California. 2.14. What are these guys on top in Seattle? 2.0. So all these 2s are pretty normal. 2.6, pretty normal. Montana. A 2.0. 2.1. 2.0, 2.1. So all of these are pretty normal. This is all pretty usual activity. So that's good. There's not anything that's specifically making me want to watch an area. Did I check this one? However, the area is still silent. It's been like that for over 2 weeks now. The northern part of California, as well as the western part, well, most of Oregon has been very silent, and that is a little unusual, and it's been like that for about 15 days. The silence started right before the 6.5 earthquake that Nevada had, and these are the aftershocks for the 6.5. What's interesting is it's spread to the, what is that, north? Yeah, I think this is spread to the north. This is Mena, Nevada, I believe. Let's check and see. Yes, Mena, Nevada. So this has spread to a different fault. Everything was in Tonopah, Nevada, and now it's spreading to, energy is transferring over to a different fault, and that could mean a few things. That can just be kind of normal activity. These could be foreshocks to a bigger one that could happen. They did have a 4.2 today, I believe, if I can find it. So let me just check what these are. 2.9, a 2.4, a 2.9. So when you get a few 2.9s, that's kind of, that's a little more than normal. Let's check, see. I swear they had a 4.2. Maybe, well, I know they had a 4.2, so maybe it's just disappeared from the, maybe it's older than I thought and has just disappeared from the map. Because I know that they had a 4.2. I thought it was this morning, but maybe it was not. How could I lose track? Well, I blame it on the quarantine, because I know that they had a 4.2. And I am just, my schedule and everything is so crazy right now, so that's what I'll blame it on, is the quarantine. Anyways, continuing on. So Mina is kind of active. That's something new that we can watch. As far as everything else, looks pretty normal. That doesn't mean that nothing could happen. We've been watching the area all month, really, so nothing would surprise me. But it doesn't show that there's any specific area that really needs attention to watch, except for maybe Mina's doing some unusual activity. And you know, guys, I do these updates. I don't mean to scare anybody. If these type of things scares you, maybe it's not too healthy to watch forecasting videos. There are a lot of people that are really interested in this kind of stuff as a science, and it's interesting to them, and this is why I make the video. So I don't mean to scare anybody by talking about like what could potentially happen. If it does scare you, please just pass along and don't watch my videos. If you like forecasting, you're welcome to subscribe and follow. And I do updates every day pretty much. Yesterday was a little quiet, but oh yeah, so I want to talk about this. Yellowstone received a swarm of activity, and it's actually kind of surprising because it's not like just little activity. Some of these numbers are a little bit higher. So we have a 2.0, a 2.4, a 2.5, which is all normal. 2.3 is normal. A 2.11 is normal. 2.2 normal. Where's my big ones? 2.2 is normal. 2.5 is normal. Okay, so where, I guess these are these are kind of like the intel of the swarm, because I didn't make an update yesterday. I didn't get on my app too much yesterday. I was busy with different things. I usually do it every day, but these look like they happened yesterday. Yes, but the day before, maybe I'm thinking about yesterday morning that I saw a few things. The day before, we had a swarm of higher Yellowstone activity. Excuse me, is a yawn. I want to just pull that up on. I just want to show you guys. Okay, this app has a little better of a record. Okay, so let's see. I have it set to what's near me first. So let's go Yellowstone, Montana. Okay, so West Yellowstone had a 2.3, 2.1, 2.3, 1.4. These are all what we just saw on the other app. But if we keep going down, I'm sure it's going to show you the bigger ones that they had. So 2.5, 1.7, 0.4, 2.2, 0.9, 0.2, 0.5, 0.2, 0.3, 0.6, 1.7. Okay, where is it? 0.9, 0.5, 1.0, 1.2, 0.1, 2.0, 1.6. So you can see, obviously, there's tons of activity in Yellowstone, and this is not an everyday occurrence. This is this isn't unusual. Activity in Yellowstone, when it does happen, comes in swarms like this. So it's not unusual. It doesn't mean that there's going to be an eruption. It just sparked the curiosity of some people, I'm sure. So let's keep going. I think we're going to get to the bigger ones. They had a few bigger magnitude. And when I say bigger, I think like 3.0. Something that's not exactly normal. I think there's a 3.4. So don't quote me on that. But not too big, just not normal. So let's just continue down the list and see if it shows up. The bigger ones show up. I'm going to skip all this. Okay, 18 hours ago. Okay, well, were they all downgraded? Downgraded is when an earthquake is originally shows as like 3.5, and then they downgrade it into a smaller earthquake, so it shows on the apps as a smaller earthquake. But, you know, that's kind of crazy that... Okay, where is... Okay, there we go. Let's just look here because I don't believe this. This doesn't make sense to me. I saw them, I swear I did. A 2.3, a 2.3. I saw a 3 point something. Okay, well, I'm not going to check all of these circles. Although this app does work a little bit faster. Maybe I should use this app for my updates because it's a little bit quicker, obviously, than the other app I was using. Okay, well, that's kind of funny. I don't know how long it stays on the chart, but I swear I saw, like, what I remember seeing is a 2.5, a 3.4, 3.0, a 2.9, some larger activity anyways. So in Yellowstone, which is not too usual, it's a little abnormal, so it's a little interesting, but it doesn't signify that something big is going to happen. Yellowstone's not going to erupt tomorrow. I'm sure that we would see activity kind of like we saw over the last few days for a long time before it did erupt. That's what the scientists say, is at least. So anyways, let's continue on to the rest of the update. Now I've been telling you guys for a while that I think something is gonna come in this area. I'm feeling like a 5.4 or higher, and the reason I say that is because there's been so much activity. Okay, where are my green dots? Thank you. There's been so much activity in this area, and it just never comes inland because of the geological shape of the continent. But I do expect something to come inland, and it did a few weeks ago. I assume it's going to again. So we've covered this area, we've covered up in here, we've covered Japan, still seeing activity. I think that that's going to be the normal for a while, actually. It feels like activity is going to be in that area for a while. Russia is overdue for something. We've seen a lot of activity come up along the plate boundary and then over, up and over, up and over. And we have so much coming up. You would assume that we would see something in here, and nothing has happened yet. So I also have Alaska on a watch list for something, but Russia, excuse me, this is Russia. And this is Alaska, and they will be on a watch list that is probably for about a month long, so nothing like immediate. Most of my watches are 7 days long, but I'm going to keep these for about a month. I wouldn't doubt if any of these places didn't see activity, and this is kind of the usual. So I'm not going to forecast specifically where. I could if I wanted to. You guys have seen me do that 1,000 times. This area is going to stay active for sure within the next few days. But all in all, that is my forecast for today, and I hope everybody is having a good day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.